If you guys are watching now thinking, oh my god, I can't be asked. Me neither, I can't be asked, but I'm gonna do like 20 minutes of revision. Today actually, I would love to do revision with past papers, but I would rather do that tomorrow. I'm a bit knackered in all honesty, and what I've decided to do instead is I'll do some quizzes on some topics that we've already done, just to kind of recap for some things that I have forgotten about. So we have an exam next week for nucleic acids, ATP, water, and inorganic ions. So I thought why not do some questions on these today to kind of have it set in my head a little, and then obviously tomorrow I'll do the past paper for this stuff here, movement across membranes. So we have water, inorganic ions. Yeah, let's see. DNA and RNA. DNA replication. ATP, water, and inorganic ions. So I guess we'll start with DNA and RNA. So this is interesting. So these are just general questions, and what I'll probably do, since I've kind of already wrote on the board, I'll just kind of speak what I think it is. I'll talk. And then obviously again tomorrow I'll do an actual proper revision stream. This one's more like for next week. I could like re-premiere this next week and get away with it. So, which molecule holds genetic information? Well, that is obviously DNA. What are ribosomes formed from? That would be RNA and proteins, I believe. No, hang on. Formed from. Have we done ribosomes? We have not done ribosomes yet. I'm gonna say DNA and proteins. That's a bit of a guess, actually. Which of the following are not found in nucleotides? So maybe we should draw like a quick little diagram. This might actually link into some of the topics. So you have the pentose sugar, you have your phosphate group, and then you have... Oh, hang on. I'm getting this mixed up with ATP now, aren't I? And then you have your base. Damn. I might have forgotten some of this already. So which of the following are not found? I'm going to say a nitrogen base. That's not found. Which of the following is not found in DNA? Uracil. Because you have ATCG and then it's uracil in RNA. What type of reaction occurs between two nucleotides? I'm going to guess condensation. What type of bond forms? That would be a phosphodiester. Between, two nucleotides, it's a phosphodiester bond. Which of the following are not found in DNA? Deoxyribose. I think it's ribose, because DNA is obviously deoxyribose nucleic acid. I'm going to say ribose. I'm pretty sure that's for RNA. In which type of organism is DNA contained in a nucleus? Eukarya. That's the ecology stuff there. The classification names. That's a bit of a weird question. What is the best description of DNA? It is only found inside the nucleus. Double helix structure. That one makes sense. Double helix. Which polynucleotide comprises of two chains held together by hydrogen bonds? Two chains held together by hydrogen bonds. Will that not just be DNA again? What type of RNA does not exist? Transfer RNA does. Messenger RNA does. It's either P or R RNA. I'm going to say R RNA. What are the monomers that form DNA and RNA? That would be nucleotides. Because remember, monomers are small repeating units that form together polymers. How many carbon atoms does the sugar? Well, if it's pentose, that would be... it's not a hexose sugar, it's a pentose. So I'm going to go 5. Is that right? Pentose sugar. Is it 5 or 6? Oh my god, why don't I know this? Pentagons have yeah, pentagons have is it 5 sides or 6? I genuinely don't know. I'm being dumb here. Which of the following structures in DNA can vary? Nitrogen base. Bases. Nitrogenous bases. Which of the 4 possible ones? You have guanine, adenine, cytosine, and thymine. It's not adenosine, it's adenine, I believe. Which is the basic structure of a nucleotide comprised of? Pentose sugar, nitrogen base, phosphate group. Which base is replaced by uracil? T? Thymine. How many hydrogen bonds form between adenine and thymine? Oh, this is the one that... It's either 1 or 2. I know that. I'm going to say A and T is 2. C and G is 1. What type of bonding joins together 2 DNA nucleotide strands? That would be a phosphodiester bond. What is it called when each base can only join with one particular base? That would be complementary, I think. DNA forms what type of structure? Double helix. No idea about that one. I think it's Watson and Crick. For context, by the way, in case someone clicks on miraculously, I'm just answering some general knowledge questions on some topics here, so that I can kind of figure out what to revise next week. And I got 70% right, which I would say is okay. I got the first couple wrong. That's interesting. Let's see. What are ribosomes made from? Oh, it was RNA. Bro, this is every time in an exam. I always do this. I will always overthink my answer to the point where I'll put something wrong. Every time. Which of the following is not found in nucleotides? Oh, that is so obvious. Of course it's glucose. Okay, that was just a stupid mistake. I did not know that pRNA was a thing. That's cool. Sorry, I did not know that rRNA was a thing. It's 2 bonds between the adenine and thymine and 3 bonds between cytosine and guanine. I did not know that. Cytosine, I guess you could maybe be like, oh, cytosine 3. I don't know, that doesn't make sense. And adenine, thymine 2. So A2, C3. That makes better. A2, C3. It is hydrogen bonds that link together polynucleotide strands. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down here DNA, and I'm going to put my score. And then what will happen is next week, I'll do some more revision on streams, and we'll see if we can 100% the quiz next time. That will be fun. Okay, so we got DNA replication. How many questions? 20, okay. Oh, bro, I've totally forgotten this already. Semi-conservative DNA replication. So during semi-conservative DNA replication, once separated, each strand of the DNA molecule acts as once separated. I don't remember this. I do not remember. I'm pretty sure when it's broken down by I'm pretty sure when it's broken up, it acts as a template to which complementary ones bind. DNA polymerase forms the phosphodiester bonds. During DNA replication, DNA polymerase forms phosphodiester bonds between which nucleotides? The free ones? Like, what does that really mean? DNA polymerase, it forms bonds between which type of nucleotides? I think all of them, like complementary ones, yeah. Which of the following is not a nucleotide? Uridine, thymine, adenosine. It's adenosine. Is it? Is it adenosine? Adenosine triphosphate? That is a weird one. I'm going to put uridyl. Which of the following is not a base found in DNA? That would be guanosine? I don't know. Which of the following is complementary to thymine? Well, it's AT, so adenine. Which of the following is so ATCG, so cytosine? Which of the following is correctly matched? It would be ATCG. So ATCG. What term is used for DNA? Oh, well, I've done this quiz before, definitely. Semi-conservative. It would be NT. During the process of semi-conservative replication, which protein is involved in the unwinding DNA helicase? Pretty sure. That's a really goofy question, but I'm going to skip. What type of reaction joins adjacent ones? That would be condensation. Each molecule of newly synthesized DNA contains, wouldn't it be half of the original material? During the process of semi-conservative replication, which protein is involved in the condensation? It would be DNA polymerase. How many DNA polymerase molecules are needed per DNA molecule? No idea. Maybe one? One or two. After DNA replication, what is each DNA molecule made of? It's one original and one new, right? Because it's semi. DNA replication occurs during, it would be interphase. Which of the following is not a requirement? Would it be ATP? Is ATP required? I'm gonna say no. DNA helicase unwinds two strands of DNA by it breaks the hydrogen bonds in the base pairs. Okay, no idea how I did with that one. So I'm gonna guess maybe 60%, 55 maybe. 80%? Okay, that's nice. I honestly struggle with that there. That's something I need to revise. I'm going to write that down. DNA replication. So, for context, for those who have no idea what I'm waffling about, instead of revising the topic that we have an exam for in literally 2 days, I'm doing that tomorrow. Today, I'm revising just general topics for biology that I need to work on, basically. So yeah, I did okay with that. I guess that's something to work on, the DNA replication. What other things do we have to look at? What other topics? Oh, ATP. I'll save that one till last. We'll do inorganic ions now, because we've just done this in what was probably the most rushed lesson ever. Like, she was like, oh, just make a PowerPoint. Which ions are components of DNA and ATP? That would be phosphate ions. Is this all this is? Just math? Okay, great. Which ions have a role in pH? That would be hydrogen. Which ones are a component in hemoglobin? Oh, I wonder. Iron. Which ions have a role in the transport of glucose? We've literally just done this today. How could an ion be described? It's an atom with an electric charge. An ion that is positively charged is a cation. And it is an anion that is negatively. How will one describe an inorganic ion? Not containing carbon, I want to say. How is pH calculated based on the number of hydrogen ions? I remember this from chemistry because I used to obsess over. I don't even remember it now. It was like H, and then you get OH, and it's like I don't remember. I should have taken chemistry. What is the formula for calculating pH? Oh shit, there's a formula? pH is sin of hydrogen plus pH. I'm going to put pH as log of hydrogen. Which ion forms part of a chlorophyll molecule? What? I don't know. Hang on. So it's... I want to say magnesium. I don't know why. I'm drawn to magnesium. Which one has a role in blood clotting in animals? Would it be calcium? Calcium is catching my eye there. Blood clotting. I mean, that's obviously your thingamabobs. I forgot the name of. Platelets. I don't know. It's either magnesium or calcium. I want to say calcium because I think it would be funny to put that. Which ion is important for the absorption of light energy? We have not done this. We have not been taught this. Photosynthesis. I don't think it's hydrogen. I don't think it's sodium. It's either calcium or magnesium. I'm going to go magnesium again. Which ion is most involved in the transmission of neurotransmitter? Bro, I don't know. Again, it's a choice. I'm going to go with sodium. I mean, hydrogen sounds about right. Which ion moves out of cells into the lungs so that mucus isn't thick? Okay, this has to be a typo. Is that phosphorus 43? Why would a phosphorus ion have a minus 43 electrons? Which ion is used in the production of ATP? Nucleic acids and phospholipids. Phosphorus, probably. Which ion is pumped into cells by... Okay, there we go. Now we know one. A potassium. Which one is used to produce amino acids and proteins? No idea. Amino acids contain nitrogen and oxygen, so I'll put that. How will one best describe an organic ion? Probably containing carbon? Right, I probably botched that one, but to be completely honest, we haven't been taught half of that stuff. 75%, that's fair enough. That's what I expected. I did not. I was expecting a lot worse. I didn't know it was a formula to calculate the pH. Calcium is involved in muscle contraction. That makes sense, actually. That makes sense. Chlorine is involved in lining of cells to make mucus not thick. That is interesting. I did not know that. And it is... That's funny. I changed my answer and I got it wrong. Okay. So I guess maybe that's not one to revise, inorganic ions, because I did relatively fine on that one. Again, I don't... The thing is, right, I know there's a handful of people... I mean, there's like... How many people ever in the biology thing? Like 7? I know there's a handful of people, like Ellis, that will only do revision for exams. And I'm kind of one of those people too. I'll only really do revision if I know there's an exam coming up. I don't know how you guys are, where, like, if you'll revise, like, every day or every week or whatever. But at least for me... Like, I only really tend to revise best if I know that there's an exam coming up. If I'm just sat revising for the sake, I'll just get bored and I won't be... I won't be fully, like, thing. So, I don't know whether my results on these quizzes reflect what you guys would do if you did them. Like, I don't know whether you guys would find some of these easier or more difficult than me. Basically, I'm just doing these so that when it comes to revising for the exam next week, I know what to work on and what to show you guys. Because obviously now I know I don't really need to work on inorganic ions, so I probably won't revise that next week. I know I probably don't need to revise DNA as much as everything else. So yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna go grab a drink before I forget. Because, yeah. Because this is the thing, I get a handful of people every now and again clicking on these streams. I'm just waiting for it to load, by the way. I get a handful of people asking occasionally, like, why do you stream yourself revising? Like, you know, there's no need to show off or whatever. Like, that is not the point. Basically, I just have done this for almost a year now, the revision streams. I started doing it back in GCSEs, and I found it really helped, at least me, to revise more. I don't know about you guys, but I find that if I can explain a topic to somebody, I can understand it more, and that's why I stream myself revising. Even if nobody is watching, I still enjoy trying to explain it to people. And obviously, if in the future our biology teacher's like, you haven't revised, I could be like, I've just done like a 5-hour stream on revision, you know. It serves as proof, I guess. Because I'm not sitting bloody doing flipping a mind map for 5 hours. Which is the incorrect description of water? Huh. It is a... Oh, okay, this is a nasty one. Is it a solute or a solvent? I get these mixed up. Solvent is... The solute is the thing being dissolved. Okay, so it's a solute. It is not a solute, it's a solvent. Which of the following is... Oh, these are some nasty questions. Oh, which ones are correct? How about you... Shut your mouth. I'm gonna skip that one because I'm blind. Which of the following is an example of a charged polar molecule but would not dissolve readily in water? Salt, maybe? Salt? That seems fair from real world examples. Which of the following is not an example of a hydrophilic molecule? Hydrophilic. I mean, lipids technically are both, because you have phospholipids. I'm gonna put salt again, but one of those is probably wrong. Which of the following means water hating? That would be hydrophobic. Hydrogen bonds are weak hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen molecules can absorb a lot of energy, I believe. Oh wait, hang on, hydrogen bond? Oh no. What the hell? What is the specific heat capacity of water? It's either 4,200 or 5,100 joules. Gonna go 420, because that sounds about right. What property does the unusually high specific heat capacity of water lead to? It does not change temperature easily. What is the term used to describe the tendency of water molecules to stick together? Adhesion. What property of water leads to a high surface tension? That would be its adhesion, right? Why is water a good solvent? Because it's is it polar? Well, it is polar, technically, but will that make it a good... Solvents are things that it can be dissolved in. Why would it having a charge make it easier to dissolve? I don't know. I'm going to guess. Water molecules are made up of... It's H2O, so 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Why is a water molecule dipolar? The oxygen has a negative charge, the 2 hydrogen have a positive charge. Which word? It's dipolar, yeah. What type of bonds link water molecule bonds? It's hydrogen. And I said the word bond in the wrong sentence, sir. Which of the following best describes hydrogen bonds between water molecules? Weak bonds. Each bond is fairly weak, very weak. I'm going to say very weak. I'm going to be very insulting to my water molecules. Which of the following terms explains the fact that it takes more energy than it would otherwise be expected? High specific heat. Which of the following describes energy required to evaporate? That would be latent heat of vaporization. These questions are quite nice, actually. Water is used to break down complex molecules through a hydrolysis reaction. Which of the following is not easily dissolved in water? Cellulose, I believe. Maybe. Evaporation of water allows our organisms to regulate temperature through cooling. The fact water is not easily compressed allows it to provide structural support to humans, because we're like made up of water, isn't it? Which of the following is not a property of water that is beneficial to plants? No idea. Alright. I'm going to guess maybe 60%, 70%, somewhere around that range. Oh, damn. I really messed up there. 59. Which of the following is not a property of water? I did not know that it was under 573.15 kelvins. We have not learnt about earthworms either. But that's interesting. It provides structural support to earthworms, of all things. Cool. That's interesting to know. Each bond is failed. Okay, I went a bit too overboard. It is 1/10 as strong as a covalent bond, not 1,000th. Water is... bro, what did I tell you? I say I always overthink the easy questions. The reason it's a good solvent is because it's polar, not because of its heat capacity. God damn it. Water leads... cohesive. It's not adhesion, it's cohesion. So I'm going to put 60. But overall, from those quizzes, I averaged about 70%. Which is fair enough, I think, considering 2 of those topics, water and ions, we have barely done. Like, we've done a lesson worth of going on Google and looking at them. So I would be relatively happy with that. Do we do ATP? How many questions is it? I'll see if I can be bothered. 24. We can do this then. Fine. What is the immediate source of energy? ATP. By what process do plant and animals release energy? Through... release energy? Respiration? Oh, I've got... No, hang on. No, that's right, isn't it? Respiration? Yeah. ATP is formed from adenosine, adenine, ribose sugar, and 3-phosphate sugars. Yes. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine is formed from adenosine, ribose, and 2-phosphate. AMP? The hell is AMP? We have not done this, clearly. ADP is adenosine diphosphate, so that would be AR and 2-phosphate. Where is the energy stored? It is bonds between the phosphate groups, I believe, because when those phosphate groups break. The energy released via what type of reaction? A hydrolysis. I'm saying this very shakily here. I'm not too sure. When energy is needed by the cell, ATP is broken down into ADP and an inorganic phosphate. What type of reaction resynthesizes? That would be condensation. What is the term used to describe the inorganic phosphate joining to other compounds to make them more reactive? That would be phosphorylation. What is the name given to the enzyme that converts ATP to ADP? That would be ATP hydrolase. The product of ATP hydrolase is ADP and energy and inorganic phosphate. What is another name given to ATP hydrolase? Miss literally said this to date, ATPase. What type of reaction does an ATPase catalyze? Well, if it's breaking down stuff, it would be hydrolysis. What is the name of the enzyme that converts ADP to ATP? ATP synthase. As well as ADP, what does ATP... Oh my god, bro, I'm saying the same word like 5 times every sentence. As well as ADP, what does ATP synthase require? It would be the inorganic phosphate. And energy? Does it require energy? Yeah, maybe. What type of reaction does ATP synthase catalyze? Condensation. Which of the following statements best explains why ATP is useful for storing energy? The bonds are very unstable and, when broken, release a considerable amount of energy. Which of the following is an immediate energy source? ATP. Why is ATP described as an immediate? Because of the instability of its phosphate bonds. Which of the following energy sources cannot be stored in large quantities? Probably ATP. Which of the following processes is not powered by energy derived from ATP? DNA replication, I want to say. No, it's movement of solvents into a cell by osmosis, because osmosis is passive. And the results are 91%. Holy shit. Okay. I honestly was not expecting to get that many. Adenosine is formed from adenine, ribose, and 2-phosphate groups. Did not know that. And AMP, I didn't know what that was. So I would have gotten about 95% if it weren't for that one weird question. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. So, let's just quickly recap. Water, I did pretty mid at, only 60%. I got about 70% in ions and DNA. DNA replication 80% and ATP 91%. Now, that's not me flexing or anything. What I'm trying to say there is I now know what we need to work on. Well, what I should revise next week. I need to revise water. I should probably have another look at DNA replication. And I guess I could probably do a tad more on ATP. Just remembering one or two terms quickly. So that's what we're doing next week for revision, if you guys are interested. But obviously tomorrow we'll be doing this. We'll be doing simple and facilitated diffusion, osmosis, active transport, and co-transport. We'll be looking at the structure of a bilayer, stuff like that. So there you go. Very, very, very quick revision stream, just so I could recap some topics in biological molecules. Next week we'll be continuing that, but as for tomorrow, I'll be doing some past paper stuff on physics math tutor, because it is the only reason I passed my biology exam last month. The only reason I did so well is because 90% of the questions I revised came up in the test. So I would highly recommend you guys take a look at that. But yeah, goodbye.